Hello everyone. Today we are going to go ahead and make a wrapping paper design for our holiday gift tiles. So you're going to be called up individually one at a time, and when I call you up we are going to put that top coat, protective coat on your tile and set it aside to dry. While we're waiting for that to dry, we're going to go ahead and make our wrapping paper to wrap our tile in. So I actually really love wrapping paper because wrapping paper is very artistic and applies a lot of elements of art within it. If you look at wrapping paper, you'll notice that it follows a shape as well as a color pattern. So if you look at each of these watermelons, you'll notice that the shape of the watermelons is throughout the wrapping paper, but you'll also notice that the color pattern repeats. The pattern and the colors used at the edges, the colors in the seeds, you'll notice that the cherries each repeat. They have the same little dot pattern. All of the strawberries, if you look close enough, have like a little bit of a zigzag pattern in them. And the strawberries repeat, the cherries repeat, and the color repeats itself. You can also take a look at this wrapping design, and you'll notice that the words are all uniform in the color pattern right here. You'll see it carried throughout. The patterns repeat. So that's why I love wrapping paper from an artistic standpoint. So you're going to be given 3 choices of pattern design for your wrap. Okay, these are your 3 choices, and once you pick your wrap, the very first thing you're going to do is turn it over. You'll notice on the other side it has areas for you to cut off. So you're going to go ahead with your scissors and cut very carefully. You're going to really want to make sure you cut along those lines because it's been measured to fit the wrap of the tile perfectly. So first step is to cut off very, very carefully. You don't want to color first because you may spend time coloring this area and then it gets cut off and never used. So first step is to cut all 4 sides. Along where it says cut off, we'll be discarding the areas that it says cut off. Then after I've done that, it's not a bad idea to take a pencil and write my name somewhere along here. Next step after that is to create a pattern within this. So this already has a pattern. The shapes are already there for you. So your job is to create a color pattern. So if I'm working with this one, I may choose to put light blue. Of course, level 3 craftsmanship when you're coloring is a must. I'm going a bit fast, not filling in as much as I could, just for the sake of showing you and establishing a pattern. So I'm going to go light blue down this row. And then I think I'm going to move on and go dark blue and alternate every other row, light blue to dark blue. I could even incorporate a 3rd color if I wanted to into my pattern. Maybe I go dark blue, light blue, purple, and then I repeat. That's up to you. You can use colored pencils, you can use crayons, you can use colored Sharpies. For areas of small space like this snowflake pattern, you're probably going to want to either use colored pencils or Sharpies because you have a nice fine point to work with. When you're working with some of the larger areas like this, you're probably not going to be able to use colored Sharpies around the extra or the outside space, but in the small spaces you can use colored Sharpies. Just remember that as you're creating a pattern, the color is important. You need to be very thoughtful with the pattern you create. After you are completely done with your design, and this may not happen until next week, we'll wrap it up. I'll go ahead and give a preview of how it's going to wrap. You're going to put your tile in it. You're going to create a fold. You're going to create another fold. You're going to create another fold. We'll put a piece of tape right there and the final fold down, and we will put a sticker on that to seal it up. From the front side, we need to add a gift wrap. This you can do today. You can take a small tag, fold it in half, place glue on the back side, and stick it on. Maybe you want to angle it, maybe you want to stick it in the middle, and then you can write your message on there. Okay, and that's how we'll go about creating a gift wrapping for our holiday tile.